Welcome back to the Blue North. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about the double standard that's living and breathing in the United States as the media. Well, Biden's been in power for a short period of time and he's already caught himself caught up in a little bit of a bullshit trap. He He's claiming that his administration took over for a very confused and disoriented Trump administration on the rollout of the vaccine for COVID-19. Well, even Pierce Morgan, who I don't agree with on most things, even Pierce Morgan is calling bullshit on this one. He's even saying that absolutely not. This was Trump's administration's plan. That's their goal. It was already set. It's already achieved. It's already going to be achieved. You can't take credit for this. And he calls the media out on it and actually says, where is the honesty in the media? Where is the people calling this for what it really is? And Dan Crenshaw, the Republican, is even saying, I don't know what the confusion is. Maybe they'll, and he was on Fox and Friends talking about this. I think it was Fox and Friends. And he was saying maybe they can tune into this show and they can figure it out. They can understand it. I'll explain it. We already had it set. It's already going to happen. You can't take credit for it because we already did it. That's not how it works. But that is how Joe Biden works. Joe Biden is often caught plagiarizing. It cost him his first 2 runs as president. So lying and plagiarizing seems to be right up his alley. So some things never change, I guess. But the double standard is what is very evident within the Democrat Party, and the media is giving them a pass on it. So Nancy Pelosi made a mandate where you had to wear masks and she had to close businesses. It was something that you needed to do for COVID. They needed to do it for definitely for the vote. So here we see that she wanted to get her hair done. She got her hair done, no mask. And then she wanted the apology because she said she was set up. You weren't set up, Nancy. You made a bullshit policy and then you got caught breaking it because you don't have anything applied to yourself. You just say one thing and do another. But you're not alone. You're not alone, Nancy. There's a lot of Democrats that are doing the same. Like the governor of California. He was the same way. Gavin Newsom, he was the same way. He went out for a big party even after telling everybody they shouldn't go. I think it was at Thanksgiving. Everybody else had to suffer, not him, because he's a Democrat. Where else? Let's go to Whitmer up in Michigan. She said that you weren't even allowed to go fishing. Well, I don't think her husband got the memo because he was going to take his boat and go out fishing. And then she played it off as it was just a joke, it was a bad joke. He wasn't going to do what I had said that everybody else can't do. He would have if he wouldn't have got caught, but he wasn't going to do it because it's just a bad joke. So, you don't have to call me on it. Nobody has to say anything about it. There was another Democrat woman who's a governor, I forget which state. She made a mandate where everything had to be closed and everybody had to stay at home. And then right after the meeting, she went to a wine bar to have some wine with some friends. So you're never going to have unity if you keep doing bullshit things like saying one thing and doing another, telling everybody else they have to suffer and buckle down, but you're going to go on living your life the way you always wanted to, and just you're not going to apply the same principles to you. I guess you don't get COVID. I guess the Democrats are immune to the COVID-19 pandemic because they can just do whatever they want, but nobody else can. Right now they're having, I think they're very close to getting enough signatures. They might have Newsom removed out in California, which is surprising because even the Democrats, but see, his decisions are directly affecting other Democrats. So that's where you kind of get that touchy, it's fine line there. Now their bullshit policies are going to actually start affecting them. So that's what's going to happen to Biden as well. Because if you give him enough time in office, he's going to make sure that his policies reach out and touch just about every American. Right now, they're flooding the people in and cutting jobs by the tens of thousands. Keystone Pipeline canceled. It affects Canada. It affects the United States. It affects many workers. many trades workers. It affects a lot of people. It relies on foreign oil. But here's the problem. You've stopped your own production of oil. You've stopped your flow within your own country, canceling hundreds of thousands of jobs by the time you add it all up. And what for? You haven't got a new green energy to go to. And if you're thinking that lithium batteries and everything else is the way to go for cars and that, take a little Google search on what a lithium mine looks like. So you haven't created a better environmental program to go to, so you cancel jobs instantly with the stroke of a pen within the first day or two of office, and just like that, many Americans are done. People building the wall? No. We need as many immigrants in here as possible. We got to flood ourselves. Sign into power 11 million citizenships, and then hope that everybody else comes across the border. What are you doing, Joe? What plan do you have for all of this influx of all these new people? You're cutting jobs by the 100,000, but you're bringing people in by the tens of millions. You're going to find that it's all going to blow up, and it's not going to be good. So right now, we're just kind of getting a feel for what the Biden-Harris administration is looking like. It's looking pretty ugly, but we're going to follow it. So stay tuned right here on the Blue North.